What's good, everybody, man? This the kid, DC Wrestling. Look, man, I ain't gonna waste any time, man. So, this is your July 23rd SmackDown review. I apologize, man, for the late, man. The reason why I'm doing this SmackDown review so doggone late because my family thought that it was the perfect night to watch Space Jam 2. And, originally heading into it, I thought that it was a good idea, actually. Such a good idea that I actually missed the last 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes of SmackDown to watch Space Jam. Bad move. Bad move. Oh my goodness. Before I get into the SmackDown, I'll get into it, but I gotta say what I gotta say about Space Jam, okay? Space Jam 2. Now, granted, if you're like maybe 12 and under, you'll probably enjoy the movie, and who knows, maybe you might enjoy the movie. But for me, this is a bad one. All right, like this movie was cringe. Okay, like seriously, like LeBron, all-time great, one of the best players in the world, but bro, you cannot act to save your life, bro. You cannot act at all, okay? Like, dude, the acting is so bad, so cringe, so bad. Like, I have seen better acting in Twilight, bro, in Twilight than Space Jam. Seriously, that's how bad this movie is. Seriously. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you which one's better between Space Jam with Michael Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan, but, Space Jam and Space Jam 2. I'll let you decide that. I'll let you be the judge on that. But as far as this movie goes, I didn't like it at all. But anyways, I ain't gonna waste any time, and let's get into SmackDown because there are some things I got to get off my chest about Rolling Loud. So we kicked off the night with the 16-time world champ John Cena. He's hyping up Cleveland. He's like, I'm challenging Roman for the Universal title at SummerSlam. Are you guys going to be on Team Roman, or are you guys going to be on Team Cena? He then proceeds to call out Roman Reigns, and then we see Paul Heyman's coming out, and he's like, Roman Reigns will be here, but, he'll be out later in the night to challenge you. So, yeah, that's what we lead to that. Paul Heyman was mocking John Cena's, theme song and stuff, and he's talked about how the tribal chief is here. So that's how you end that segment. So we kick off with the first match of the night with Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. This is Finn Balor's first match back on the main roster. This is good. This is good. I didn't really have no problems with this. Finn Balor gets the win here. Yeah, Finn Balor gets the win. I thought this was a pretty good matchup. And obviously the crowd was into it. Really into it. So we get a backstage segment. Caleb Braxton, Baron Corbin. Poor Corbin. I mean, the dude lost his money. And then he reveals that the developer for his website ghosted him and stole his identity, man. So poor Corbin had to ride the public bus to get here. Like, poor Corbin. I feel bad for Corbin. Anyways, man, we get Mr. Money in the Bank Biggie. He's with this Money in the Bank briefcase. He talks about how, how this is a moment that he'll never forget, how Sunday was a night he'll never forget. And then the IC champ Apollo Crews comes out. And then Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler come out. Rick Booz and Nakamura come out. King Nakamura comes out. Cesaro comes out. And that leads to a 6-man tag team match playa on SmackDown. But then we go to the other side of SmackDown, technically Rolling Loud. And this is where I also got to say my stuff. Angelo Dawkins and Chad Gable, and then the SmackDown title match, Carmella, Bianca. Those are solid. And by the way, Trey Young, who Bianca introduced, announced that WWE will be doing a show on New Year's Day. So that's going to be cool. The problem that I had with this whole Rolling Loud is the fact that the crowd was completely dead. Seriously, so bad that when you have someone like Wale introducing the Street Profits into a dead crowd, like the fact that, well, it's bad when they have to enter in the piping music. That's how bad it was. So the whole Rolling Loud was just bad. Really, 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 really bad. It seemed like a good idea from creative, but bad idea. They should probably never do that again. And honestly, but better yet, honestly, if you don't have Stone Cold or Rock out there, then the people might not pop. I mean, the people would pop because it's Stone Cold and The Rock, but they're obviously not popping because they don't know who these other wrestlers are, obviously. So after that, man, we get Edge and Rollins. They get their little in-ring segment, man. You know, Edge just talked about he's learned a lot, and this is where Rollins comes out, and Rollins like, you know, you should be lucky that, you know, I hesitated last time because next time, buddy, you know, I won't hesitate. So we get a little, again, they're hyping up their big match at SummerSlam. Obviously not announced yet, but it's obviously going to happen. So we get the in-ring debut from the official call-up to the main roster for Toni Storm versus Zelina Vega. Toni Storm beats Zelina Vega. So Toni Storm wins her match, but Karrion Kross loses. Oh, I knew because this time I was watching SmackDown, just that awful Space Jam. So I bet the IWC was crying that, you know, how come Toni Storm got the win, but Karrion Kross didn't. Anyways, moving on from that. Jimmy Uso versus Dominic Mysterio. Jimmy Uso gets the win. This was a solid match. Solid match. You know, yeah, solid match. Nothing that much to say, but it was solid for what it was worth. So, Roman Reigns comes out, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the star of SmackDown. He tells the people at home to acknowledge him. And Reigns says Cena acknowledged him at Money in the Bank at Raw End tonight. So he just starts ripping into Cena and stuff. And then, for some strange reason, Finn Balor comes out. And, yeah, he's basically like, I want that title, baby. So, as they stare into each other, Michael Cole's talking about that. It looks like we're going to have a Balor versus Reigns match. So, you know, it's not going to be at SummerSlam, obviously. You know, it'll most likely be on next week's SmackDown. So, because you got to do Cena. Come on, Cena, Reigns, SummerSlam, come on. It's going to happen, you know. Anyways, that was SmackDown tonight. SmackDown was decent. Decent. Yeah, man, like I'm still upset, man, because I literally missed like the last 30 to 35 minutes. And I had 2 hours that I will never get back because of that awful Space Jam reboot. So thank you, LeBron, for taking away 2 hours of my life. Thank you for making me waste 2 hours. 2 hours that I will never, ever, ever get back again. So that's your SmackDown review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I really am sorry for being late, guys. I really am. Like, I'm sorry. You know, Saturday or Sunday, I got a special video coming out. It's going to be about WWE and AEW, talking about why can I enjoy both, because obviously of the rumors of Punk and Brian. So, yeah, it's been the Kid DC Wrestling. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe. Tell me in the comment section what you thought of SmackDown. And so, yeah.